He wore a leopard skin hat, renamed a nation, and built a personality cult as grand as his wealth. But beneath the glamour was one of the most corrupt regimes in African history. For over 3 decades, Mobutu Sese Seko ruled what is now the Democratic Republic of the Congo, then known as Zaire, with an iron grip, a golden cane, and an empty treasury. Born Joseph Desire Mobutu in 1930, he rose from a military officer to a CIA-backed power broker. In 1960, as the Congo gained independence, Mobutu emerged as a stabilizing force, by removing the country's first prime minister, Patrice Lumumba. His alliance with Western powers made him indispensable during the Cold War. In 1965, he staged a coup and declared himself president. He would remain in power for the next 32 years. Mobutu rebranded Congo into Zaire and introduced authenticity, a policy meant to purge colonial influence. Western names were banned. Men were forbidden from wearing ties, and he took on a new identity, Mobutu Sese Seko Kuku Ngbendu Wazabanga, the all-powerful warrior who will go from conquest to conquest. We will build a Zaire in the image of ourselves. In reality, it was a Zaire in the image of Mobutu, where loyalty was rewarded, dissent crushed, and the nation's riches hoarded at the top. Mobutu presided over a kleptocracy, a government of theft. It's estimated he stole between $4 to $15 billion from state coffers. Meanwhile, the country's infrastructure collapsed. He had palaces in the jungle, villas in Europe, and yet, his people lived in poverty. He was once asked why he looted the treasury. Mobutu replied, "If you want to steal, steal a little cleverly in a nice way, but for God's sake, don't get caught." By the 1990s, the Cold War ended, and with it, Mobutu's Western lifeline. Civil unrest grew, the economy collapsed, and rebels led by Laurent Desire Kabila marched toward the capital. Mobutu fled into exile in 1997. He died months later in Morocco, powerless, disgraced, and alone. Mobutu left behind a nation in ruins, economically broken, socially fractured, and politically fragile. His legacy is a cautionary tale of unchecked power, foreign meddling, and the betrayal of a nation's hope. Our grandparents feared him. Our parents survived him. We're still living with the consequences. Mobutu Sese Seko once said, "Zaire will always need me." But history proved otherwise. The people of Congo needed justice, not spectacle, stability, not stolen dreams. This was Untold Stories about African leaders, only on African Affairs Network television, unmasking the men behind the power,